Alright, what's up guys? Hope you are all well. It will be the same setup as yesterday. We'll get straight into it. We'll do crypto and Forex in the same vid. We'll start with Forex first. We'll go commodities to start off with. So yeah, if you are interested in crypto, as always I say, you get a lot of value looking at my technical analysis on Forex and commodities, but if you really want crypto, then head to the second half of this video. Let me just double check that I have. Alright, we're good. Let's see how we are doing. Yeah, we've obviously broken the 18 hour here. We've spoken about that. Have we? Yeah, we're still downtrending overall on oil. Oil is still downtrending, so we can look at potential rejection POIs. There might be something, I don't know why I pointed to it. There might be something here which might consist of overlapping market structure, which is pretty much what we want. So you got supply here, and you got supply here. Beautiful. That's it for oil. Those are the only POIs I'm really interested in. Can see that we have ended up taking most of this sell side liquidity from here. Like so. And yeah. We'll go to silver. This distribution model is invalid. It was always not looking good because of the demand formed below, but we look like we're going to be going higher, and we also have this CME gap on the 4 hour, which is probably going to get filled at some point. So expect a fill there. Yeah, it's kind of just a wick. It's valid on the 6, it's valid on the 8. Yeah, valid on the 8 as well. There you go. So you might get some form of a rejection here. Yeah, I'm just going to leave this as is for now. We are technically downtrending on the daily. We're obviously uptrending on the weekly. Technically speaking, we're still uptrending on the 2-day because we've SFP'd here. So this was a 2-day SFP right here. Yeah, that's a 2-day SFP right there. Yeah, I'm just going to leave this as is. I'm not really going to try force anything. Nothing is presenting itself. Maybe later down the track we get a local model here, potentially. We'll see. We'll set our alerts. Boom. Gold. Technically speaking, gold could have just done its extended tap. Doesn't have to come back down this low. This could have been its extended tap. But then it also did, if you entered here, it would have obviously taken you out. I just don't like how that's the tap. And you do have really nice lows here. Like, regardless, I would have still gone for this. Yeah, if this would have been an okay tap if we never deviated here. Like if we did this, probably not the best. And then came up, maybe front ran it or just made a little test. That would have been fine, but the fact that we, technically speaking, made a potential third tap, then just came and deviated it, I am not a fan of that. And then obviously we've created demand in the meantime, so, and now we're also pushing up through this supply as well, so that can go. But yeah, with gold, not really gonna do much here for now. Yeah, there was never really an entry here. This would have been optimal. If we swept all this, then could have looked at it from a potential entry perspective. Yeah, alright. GBP, JPY, what are we saying? What are we saying? Plan remains. Plan remains, guys. Our very high time frame distribution. Nothing changes there. I'm seeing something locally potentially. This could be a potential local scalp. I will entertain this, as a matter of fact. I will very much entertain this. We've swept Asia high. Asia low is below us. Really, really nice liquidity target there. And we will see how price develops here. There's probably some form of demand here. I would like to assume so. You think? Not really. It's pretty messy, and then when you think about it, you've got these really nice lows piling up here. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Like, all I'm seeing here is really, really nice liquidity targets. So we'll see what happens there. But for now, yeah, I will entertain this local model. From a scalp perspective, we've left supply above us. Doesn't mean that price has to come up and mitigate it. You can just use it as good reassurance at times, depending on where you are, you know, believing price might go. We have swept this liquidity below. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But in terms of trend, we are on a weekly uptrend. We're on a 3-day uptrend. Have we broken structure at all? Okay, we've broken daily structure. Interesting. Daily structure is broken here. Daily structure is broken here. So you know what? Let's write our little. I had it somewhere. Where did I have my little showcasing of where prices were? Okay, perfect. That's what I was looking for. So weekly is obviously bullish. Daily is bearish. And then we'll go on the 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hour is bearish. What is the 1 hour? Bearish on the 1 hour as well. So this, technically speaking, aligns with our context. And weekly is obviously bullish. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. There's no real alert I can put anywhere here because I'm kind of just waiting for a little pullback. You know, we'll put a little, for now, we'll do a little fair value gap alert right here. Just in case, should price come back and drop in. All right, that is our plan for Swiss franc against the Japanese yen. Moving along. USD JPY, not much is happening here. Not much is happening here at all. Still bullish on the weekly. We're bullish on the weekly because there's no 2 consecutive bearish candles here. Using correct market structure. Break of structure. And then SFP, so we're still bearish on the 3-day. Bullish on the 4-day. Yeah, so bearish on the 3-day, bearish on the probably everything less. But we are bullish on the, or were bullish on the daily. New high created, now we are bearish on the daily. We've also got supply above. I wouldn't be looking at this from a scalp perspective, not at all. Just grab some water. Yeah, I'm just going to wait for price to give us some more data here. AUD USD could be distributing here. I'm no longer interested in this range, to be completely honest. But yeah, we are bullish here on this whole pair as a whole. Weekly's bullish, daily's bullish, probably even hourly's bullish. Hourly's bullish. Yeah, like everything is bullish here. My bad. Bullish. 1 to 4 hour bullish. So this pair as a whole is very, very bullish, so it would be very counter context to look for a distribution at the moment. Unless of course the return to zone is pristine. Like you're not even bearish on the 15-minute here. This is just how good this pair is right now. As much as it is creating some nice, you know, sell side liquidity, it's incredibly bullish. And you do have 1 minute structure demand here. So I wouldn't put too much too much emphasis on this pair at the moment. I do feel like this distribution will fail and price will continue climbing higher. I can honestly just see us doing this. And just continue to go higher. Yeah, I'll let it set for now. Not much more to be done then. Be patient and see what happens. Euro USD. We have ever so slightly mitigated this demand, which is exactly what we wanted. Are we still bullish on the daily? Yeah, we're still bullish on the daily, on the hourly. Yeah, overall still bullish here. And then we're obviously bearish higher time frame. With the break of structure happening there. Yeah, with this technically speaking being the market structure. You can't draw structure from here to here because there's no... Oh, technically speaking you can, my bad. So you got 2 bullish, 2 bearish consecutive, then you got 2 bullish here, and you got 2 yeah. That's actually valid market structure. But regardless, bearish structure is still broken. So a bullish structure is still broken, so we are now still bearish on the weekly here. But I will monitor this and see what happens. Our targets are still the same. I think this was 5-minute extreme liquidity, maybe even lower. Yeah, like it is extreme liquidity, just not too sure what time frame it's on. Technically speaking, I'm trying to figure out why I picked this. Why did I pick this as extreme liquidity? Technically speaking, this is your extreme liquidity. If you're gonna go by the book. That should be the extreme liquidity. And then you might be able to use this as extreme supply. And that is also valid. That's fine. Completely fine to use. So we're obviously gonna look at a potential slow move up in here. I feel like this demand has been if this demand isn't backed by any sort of volume profile, I'm not gonna give it that much importance. Oh yeah, it's backed by our volume area low. And do we have demand here? Yes, we do. So yeah, we'll see. Did I just copy and paste this? We're obviously bullish on the okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, bearish on the weekly, which is what we spoke about earlier. My bad. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. And we'll see if we can get some form of break obstruction. Hopefully that creates the, you know, the rotation effect where we become bearish on the 15, then 30, then 45, then an hour, and so on and so forth. Sweet. GBP USD, not really a clean return to zone here, and as you can see, with having demand here, price is showing strength. We've even mitigated this. Weekly bearish, however, can see pretty clearly the structure break there. Daily still bullish. Hourly still bullish. But you know what, if we can get a nice rejection here, guys, I'll be very, very happy. What I don't like about this is the fact that we have overlapping demand, which indicates strength. So for me in this situation, like realistically speaking, optimal scenario is we pull back, mitigate some of this demand, and then just slowly climb up, create that local return to zone, break structure, breaks above there, enter, stops above here, and that would be your extended tap, which would be a valid trade to take. So still quite a bit of legs with this, and then just be careful with this demand here, like that's very a-okay. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We got alerts on both sides here, and we will be patient. We can, if we get the correct mitigations in the correct order, we can definitely catch a trade here. But if we mitigate supply first and then break structure, I will not be looking for any sort of entries whatsoever. So understand that. GBP NZD is running through demand, continuing to showcase signs of weakness, ladies and gents. Yeah, we're still very bearish here. No signs of strength whatsoever. But with this liquidity below us, keep in mind, I will chart this up should we accumulate after sweeping these extremes, which we just front ran. So we'll be patient there and see what happens. Asia highs here as well. Yeah, that can always happen. We can just keep coming down to sweep this liquidity and then have a little, because we have left a lot of supply above, which you'd want to get mitigated at some point. So you do need a little relief rally from time to time, for sure. But at the same time, we do have a nice liquidity curve behind us. So yeah, plenty of lows to get taken. But yeah, we'll just be patient and see what happens here. NZD CAD, this obviously completed itself. I feel like this will continue to go higher. Broken 2-day structure. Yeah, we're still bullish here. Let's get our little drawing. We've SFP'd the weekly high here. So weekly we are bearish. I think this stays the same. Daily we are bullish, and then we're bullish on the hourly, so yeah. Lower time frames are bullish, higher time frames are bearish. I will still just have this drawn up just in case, see what happens. See if we come back in here. And yeah, that's it for NZD CAD. Let's have a look at USD CAD. This is now an invalid range pull. I'm just going to wait for us to get some form of mitigation here. Nothing really to monitor at the moment. Technically speaking, we're daily on the we're bullish on the daily here. Daily on the bullish on the daily here. Bearish on the weekly. Should probably start using this for every pair, eh? We are bearish on the weekly. Technically speaking, if I draw market structure on the weekly, starting from here, broken to bullish there. This could be a true question. We could actually, yeah. Yeah, we're actually bullish on the weekly, believe it or not. Bullish on the weekly. On the daily, we are structure's broken there on the daily. Let's make this easier and draw market structure again. We break to bearish there, but then we break back to bullish aggressively. We're bullish on the daily, and then on the hourly, broke structure there on the on the daily. And then we broke structure to bearish. And now we have broken structure to bullish again. So yeah, we are technically bullish on the day, on the hourly as well. It's meant to be bullish on the hourly. 4 hourly. Bang. 4 hourly is bearish. Bearish. 1 hour bullish. 4 hour bearish. Yeah, like we've broken a weekly structure here. Just. So this is a bit tricky to trade. Where on earth is my so maybe you can catch something aligning with the bearish 4-hourly structure, but I'll just kind of leave that. It's pretty awkward to trade at the moment. Let's see what Euro NZD is doing. Let's see what this pair's saying. Weekly is bullish. This is our weekly structure at the moment. This is bullish. You could say we're forming a distribution on the higher time frame, which might happen, but it's kind of stretched out. Weekly is bullish. See what we're saying. Weekly is bullish. Daily. Structure from there. Daily is bullish as well. 4-hour might be bearish. I have a pretty confident thought about it. We break for our structure there. Just ranging, create a new high, and then we break back to bearish here. So 4-hourly is bearish. And I have a feeling 1 hour would be bearish as well. Yeah. 1 hour is bearish. What does the IT Foundation say this time? Bearish. Swept this. Yeah, I'm not really going to force anything here at the moment. Just let price do its thing. Although we are in a, weekly pullback spot potentially. So we might have some local accumulations, especially that we are in demand. And also the higher time frame on the weekly is bullish. But we'll see what happens. This is our range for now. No supply as well, which is good to see. Equities here. And there's our extreme liquidity. I do have a feeling dinner might be ready soon, so I will end this at Forex and we'll do crypto in a second recording. Do we have demand here? Yeah, that's fine. Qualifies. And it has also taken if I can get a nice break of structure here, then I will happily take this, given we get at least a bit more of a climb up into this EQ range and then a slow pull back down, slow grind down, as I like to say. That's it for Euro. USD CHF here is, with SFP the weekly. You know what time it is? Time to get our little chart up. Weekly, we are bearish. Daily, we are. What is this? Daily, we are trending down. Daily, we are bearish as well, because that's not market structure, that's an inside bar candle, so it's not valid market structure. For hour. Bang. 4 hourly is bullish, guys, so we're trending down here, making lower highs and lower lows, and then bang. Broken structure there. Now we've SFP'd the 4 hour low. So this is no break of structure, we're just wicking, which is a good sign of a potential reversal. So definitely keep an eye out here. That's your tap 1. That's your Wyckoff. That's your tap 2. Just trying to figure out what the hell is this alert. Doesn't matter. Point being, as of now, I'm kind of happy to catch a potential reversal in the market. That is a sketchy market structure high, but I would rather use this. Unless we have any 10-minute. Yeah, so I'm going to use this market structure high. See if we break it. And I'll definitely be checking this pretty soon. So this will be priority 1. Like looking at market structure here. Yeah, then you don't have 2 bearish consecutive, so that's incorrect. Yeah, this is the correct market structure high on the 5-minute. Which we'll monitor, but given we've already come so low, I pretty much want to see this get deviated and this becoming a model 1. I would love for this to become a model 1, and then we can long. Where are we? Yeah, so like we are still bearish, as I said, what I do like is the fact that we've just SFP'd this. Sorry, we're bullish on the 4 hourly. And now we're currently SFPing this 4 hourly market structure low. But we are still bearish on the 1 hourly. Did this not auto correct itself? There we go. I was like, what's going on? I feel like I've written this so many times. Sweet. AUD CAD. I'm not saying no, but I'm not saying yes. I'm not saying no, but I'm not saying yes. Okay, weekly. Bullish as fuck. Daily. Bullish. 4 hourly. Bullish. Hourly. Bullish. Bullish across the board here for now. So just keep an eye out here and see what happens. Definitely counter context here. AUD CHF. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of this. And we are uptrending as well. Daily is bullish. Looking at weekly market structure, we're still technically bearish. Daily would be bullish, everything else would be bullish here. But weekly is still bearish. Why bearish? Crazy. Why is weekly bearish, you may ask? Because we've never broken this market structure low. Have I drawn this correctly? Okay, that's our market structure high. So we're at this, given we're pretending we're at this point here, this is our market structure low. This is not a low because we've never broken this. We can't just have a new low here. A low is created the second we break this, but what's happened here, we've put in a pivot point, then we've broken structure back up. Is this a market structure high though? No. Why is this not a market structure high? Because this is not a correct market structure low. It might be a low on like the daily, but on the weekly, that's our weekly low. This is not a weekly low. If we did this, that would be a break of structure. But given you're up here, this is not a valid break of structure. This is not a break of structure. That's not a break of structure. Price only breaks structure once it hits this point. That's a break of structure. This is not a break of structure because there was no new low created in between these 2 points. Again, where are we? We'll do the uptrend example. Trending up. If we do this, a little high, bang, we have not broken structure there because this is not our market structure low. Our market structure low becomes active the second we break this new market, this most recent or current market structure high. If we do this, create our high, then yes, this becomes our market structure low. Given we have not, at this current time, if price is doing this, price can keep doing this. We're still in a weekly uptrend because we haven't broken this low, and this is our most recent high. So regardless of what happens in here, prices on the weekly, price is still trending up because this is its most recent low using, you know, our 6 candle rule, and this is the most recent high. If we break this, and then there's a valid low in here, then we break this, but haven't broken this, we're officially on a weekly downtrend because we've broken this low. That is the best way I can explain to you guys. Hence why, using this example, we are on a weekly downtrend because this is our weekly market structure. This is our weekly market structure low using the 6 candle rule. It has not been taken out. So this here pretty much means nothing. So for us to go bullish, we have to break this high. Hence why on the weekly, we are still bearish. But that doesn't stop the daily from being bullish. Yeah, daily we are obviously bullish here. Pretty much everything else would be bullish on this chart. Hour. So here, structure is now broken on the 4 hour, but we've now broken bullish again. And then anything that happens in between this point and this point doesn't matter. So yeah, we're currently bullish on the 4 hour. And we are officially bearish on the hourly. Why? Because if we draw structure from here, this is valid market structure. Bang. Bang, structure's broken there. And this is just a slight pullback, so we're bearish on the hourly. What do we say? Were we bullish on the 4 hour? Yeah, we were. As much as that shitty indicator might say bullish, we are bearish on the hourly. In fact, I'll probably delete the indicator. Yeah, it thinks we're bullish on the hourly, but we're not. Like we're trending down here. Draw our structure from here. Yeah, that here, that there indicates our break of structure, and because a new high is created. So theoretically speaking, if we have some form of supply up here, or liquidity, but regardless, it's just not nice. It's just way too uptrendy, and we are. Yeah, I wouldn't take this personally. I'll give it a bit more time, see what it does. If anything, I'd look for a local model to form, maybe here. GBP AUD coming down nicely, but I will watch this. I do believe dinner is ready, so I'm going to quickly finish this. Yeah. We've swept all this, so we could see an accumulation. We'll see. Obviously, higher time frame here is trending down. The one thing I don't like about this, to be completely honest, is as much as we've swept it. Oh, sorry, we swept this side. We have mitigated supply. I don't like this. Just keeping these lows up here is terrible. This is all mitigated on the lower time frames. Yeah. Yeah, these are, give me a second. Yeah, like these are all highs that I would expect to get taken out, which is why I would not be looking to short here. Although we are trending down on our little technically speaking, that is a high. Yeah. So on the weekly, this is correct market structure. So weekly, we're in an uptrend. Weekly is bullish. currently daily is bearish at first glance. Why do I use that? Bang, bang, broke structure there. Yeah, we are bearish on the daily. Bearish on the 4 hour. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, dinner's ready, obviously, if you've heard. One day, guys, I will miss this. Appreciate your parents while you have them. Seriously. That is probably the best wisdom I can give you all. Appreciate your parents while you have them. It's easy for me to shy away or get embarrassed when you that sort of stuff, but man, they're not here. They won't be here forever. We won't be here forever, so just make the most of it, you know. Okay, if we sweep this and we break back, I will take this as a potential. Yeah, that's it. Keep an eye out on USD CHF. We're slowly coming to break that low. I will do a crypto video soon. And yeah, this is now becoming invalid. Yeah, easy. Thank you all for watching. I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.